boys and girls. I have two stories that I wanted to read to you since on our website we have been looking at our caterpillars and how much they have been growing, and we've been doing stories and quizzes about butterflies and caterpillars. I had two books I wanted to share with you today. Now, one of these books is a nonfiction book. It's called I Wish I Was a Monarch Butterfly. And the other is a fictional story, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Now, I'm pretty sure you all have heard this one before. The reason I'm sure about that is because I think I've read this one to you before. And I have to say, reading to you is one of the things I miss the most about seeing everyone, is that we would read together every morning. So if from when we were in school you remember, what is the difference between a nonfiction text and a fictional text? If you said something about the nonfiction text telling us things that are true or telling us facts, you are correct. If you said something about the fictional text telling us a story that is not real and not true, is just a fun story, then you are correct. That would be the fictional text. Today, I'm going to read the nonfiction text first because I want you to pay attention to some of the details and some of the facts in this story, because Eric Carle, when he wrote this nonfictional story, used some of those facts and details in his story. Even though it's a made-up story, it has some things in there that are related to this nonfiction text. So oftentimes we'll know something's a nonfiction text when it has like real life looking pictures, like it's not a collage or a cartoon looking picture. And we'll also know when it has like captions under pictures that will also tell us that this is probably a nonfiction type of text. All right, so the name of this is I Wish I Was a Monarch Butterfly, and it's by Jennifer Bovee, and this comes from the Rainier Rick series of I Can Read books. I wish I was a monarch butterfly. What if you wished you were a monarch butterfly? Then you became a monarch. Could you fly like a monarch? Eat like a monarch? Start your life as a caterpillar? And would you want to? Find out. Well, we know we can't actually become a monarch, but still the rest of this book is nonfiction. Where would you live? Monarchs spend their summers in the United States, that's the country we live in, and Canada, that's a country to the north of us. They live in grasslands and gardens where wildflowers grow. Milkweed is their favorite plant. In the fall, the monarchs fly south to spend winter in California and Mexico. So when the question is where would you live, it sounds like in the summers you would live in the United States and Canada, and in the winters you would live in California and Mexico. How would you begin your life? Every monarch butterfly starts life as a tiny egg. Can you see that tiny egg? It's really, really small. That little picture shows it like magnifying. In spring and summer, monarch moms lay eggs on milkweed plants. Then they fly away. In just a few days, the egg hatches and a small caterpillar crawls out. It will become a butterfly, but it does not have wings just yet. So keep that in mind. A tiny egg on a leaf pops open and a caterpillar comes out. And in here it was talking about how the monarchs like to lay their eggs on milkweed plants. So in your learning bag that I sent you, you will have a few seed packets. These seed packets are from milkweed plants. So these you can plant in your garden and they'll come back. The flowers will keep coming back every year. So you should probably get monarchs in your garden every year after that. What would you eat as a caterpillar? Monarch caterpillars eat only milkweed leaves, so make sure you plant them. They eat so much and grow so fast that they must shed their skin when it feels too tight. Shedding means they crawl out of a thin layer of skin. This caterpillar is leaving his small skin behind. So like when you grow bigger, your parents have to buy you bigger clothes. This caterpillar grows bigger and he sheds his skin. How would growing up change you? After 2 weeks of growing, a caterpillar is about the size of your index finger. Hold up your hands and think about only after 2 weeks the caterpillar grows from a tiny egg to the size of your finger. When a caterpillar is ready to change into a butterfly, it grows a hard shell. The shell is called a chrysalis. It hangs from a leaf or twig. You see that chrysalis in there? Do you think you'd like to grow up inside a chrysalis? No. Big changes are happening inside the chrysalis. The caterpillar will become a monarch butterfly in about 2 weeks. When the caterpillar breaks through the hard shell of the chrysalis, its wings are soft and wet. When the wings dry, the monarch can fly. There he goes. Looks like he's drying out his leaves on a branch. What would you eat as a butterfly? Adult monarchs don't eat leaves the way caterpillars do. They feed only on sweet liquid from the milkweed and other flowers. Remember, not only is the caterpillar going to eat the milkweed, but the butterfly will drink the nectar from the milkweed also. This liquid is called nectar. A monarch sips flower nectar with a thin tube called a proboscis. The proboscis is not a tongue, it is the butterfly's mouth. We're going to have to look that word up and make sure that we're all saying it correctly. How would you wash up? Monarchs don't need to take baths, but they do sunbathe to warm up. Butterflies need to be warm in order to fly. Butterflies spread their wings to soak up the sun's warmth. This is called basking. Do you ever lay outside in the sun and feel so warm? Maybe you like basking also. How would you talk? Have you ever heard a butterfly talk? Monarchs do not make noises. They communicate with color. A monarch's bright colors tell other animals, I'm poisonous. Do you know what it means to be poisonous? If you said that, if that's something that you should not be eating because it can make you sick, you're on the right track. Eating a monarch will make an animal feel sick. Then it won't want to eat another. Where would you sleep? Do you think monarchs sleep in bed like we do? No. Monarchs rest in trees or bushes all night. In the morning, butterflies bask in sunlight to warm up and start a new day. Where would you travel? The last monarchs to change from caterpillars to butterflies at the end of the summer migrate south. Monarchs can fly over 2,000 miles on their fragile wings. They face many dangers while migrating. It is a long and tiring trip. Look at all of them flying. They have to fly really far. Most North American monarchs migrate all the way to Mexico. Thousands of monarchs huddle together on tree branches in Mexico's mountain forests. They stay put all winter long. They do not fly or eat. In spring, they are ready to migrate north again. So if they're not flying or eating, it sounds similar to hibernation, right? Animals who hibernate don't travel so far, so they migrate and then they rest for the winter. Being a monarch butterfly could be cool for a while, but do you want to grow wings? Eat only nectar? Migrate for thousands of miles? Luckily, you don't have to. You're not a monarch. You're you. The end. So the end of this just gives us some fun facts. All right, so that was our nonfiction story. It gives us lots of information about butterflies, monarch butterflies to be exact. And this one is our fictional story. Some of the things in here are going to be similar to this. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. And there's a sunshine. Now you can see these pictures are very different, because these pictures are drawn and painted, and then these are actual photographs. And you see how there's a difference in the pictures. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. Same concept as the nonfiction story. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop, out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. Same as the nonfiction story. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple. Now this is where it starts to get fictional, because we didn't see caterpillars eating through all of these foods, right? We just saw them eating a milkweed leaf. But he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomach ache. That didn't sound like very good food choices throughout the day. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Now, he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. Now, if you remember a nonfiction text, they said that the monarch butterfly made a chrysalis, so it's a little bit different. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and it was a beautiful butterfly. The end. Well, it's been great reading with you, boys and girls. So I want you to think about some of the things that you learned in the nonfiction text and some of the things you enjoyed from the fictional text. And I hope to see you all soon. Bye-bye.